my old friend who went away. Those days are gone. Wish you never let you down. You made it to the top, and I wouldn't feel this way now. Those days are gone.
Morning, afternoon, and evening, social media fam. As promised, I said I was going to post at least once a week, and here I am. And I said I was going to post something that was entertaining, something that was inspiring, and something that was positive. Today I have all of that. So what I want to do is I want to introduce to you someone that has been my mentee, someone that is my friend, and an example in a lot of ways, an inspiration. I want to introduce Deon Mixon. Give it up for Deon Mixon. You clap for yourself, brother. Yeah, what's up?
What's going on?
All right, I've been knowing Deon for, and you said, you know, let me tell you about this guy. This guy, I'm gonna jump right in. I mean, this is all from the hip. Deon is a design by trade. He is a graphic designer. Did I say that right, Deon?
Yeah.
You stick me if I don't. He's a graphic designer by trade. He's a violinist, a very good one, a violinist. You hear that?
Yeah.
He is an educator, and he is also an entrepreneur, and he is an author. And we're gonna try to cover everything today. We're not gonna be here all day. We got games to watch, we got things to do, but you guys don't wanna miss this. So without further ado, welcome Deon. We're gonna jump right in. Design Eye. Now, believe it or not, again, look at this, yep. We twins today, Design Eye, this is the logo, yep. And it was about 5 years ago that he was doing ads for me in my book. It's not about my book today, so I'm not even gonna say the name of it, but he was doing ads for me. And I brought some kids, we're gonna get into that a little bit. I brought some 7th and 8th graders to test run this product that he has invented, designed, put together, called Design Eye. It's a board game, and I'm gonna let him get into it from there. Deon, tell us about Design Eye and why we should be all over this product.
So yeah, so actually I have it right here just for people to see, cover it real quickly. So it's the world's premier graphic design education board game. And I created it to expose and educate youth of color about graphic design because the design industry is extremely lacking of people of color. So the diversity is really low. So, and it was actually one of my thesis ideas at Western Michigan University. And so I wanted to create something that would help solve that problem of the diversity in the design industry. This was back in summer 2016 that I started working on a prototype. So it's been 4 years that I've been cranking this out. I'm really happy, and my customers are happy. My supporters are happy of how it came out. So, but yeah, that's the original scoop.
Okay. Oh, look, you pulled the box out. I should have pulled the box out. See, I put my money where my mouth is. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and I played the game. We're gonna give our viewers a little example of I played the game. I went through the game. It's heavy too. I mean, I grew up with Monopoly. This is heavy. I love the design, and you probably, we got some splashes of color here. Check it out. Yeah. He's a minimalist. I love this design. Notice it's the same one here. Design Eye. So again, I support. We don't do enough of that. I'm gonna leave it right here because I'm gonna keep pulling it up. Let's go back a little bit, Deon. You went to Cass Technical High School, one of the premier high schools in Detroit, and you were salutatorian. Now watch this, watch this, folks. He was salutatorian. This is a brother, all right? He was salutatorian at Cass Technical High School, missed valedictorian by 1 grade. He's a little upset about that too, I promise you. but he missed valedictorian by 1 grade, all right? 1B at all A's through Cass Tech, all right? What was your experience at Cass Tech? The green and white, right? The green and white technicians. What was your experience there, and how did it prepare you for all these things you do at the young age? This guy is 25 years young, right? You thought he was 35 or old like me. 25. How did Cass Tech prepare you for this?
So I mean, I kind of want to go even further back because really, like Spain Elementary Middle School prepared me a lot. They were a big chunk of my life, and Cass is sort of like that middle ground that kind of pushed me a little bit further. I mean, it was a great experience. I was fortunate to have great teachers, great friends. But as far as just like my upbringing, I really credit Spain Middle School first. Um, Cass was, I mean, Cass is Cass. So as far as like my counselor, she was such a great counselor. She just made sure that I had access to the resources I needed to have access to. My teachers, they always spoke motivation into me. I mean, I'm a very self-motivated person anyway, but they did their job basically. The people I was around, they did their job, and it was just knocking it out the park and keeping it moving. And so that was Cass Tech. And
Okay.
yeah, having that B was whatever. I even had counselors fight for it, but it is what it is. But the real victory is when I got the Bill Gates scholarship. So
Bill Gates. Let's move. Let's stick in that Cass Tech vein just a little bit. Now, I said you were an author, and I've known you. Believe it or not, I've known Deon since that's when I met Deon, Spain. I think 6th grade. You got some things I'm gonna pull up in a minute. Deon played violin for me in one of my organizations. All right, and we kind of met. That's how we met. Anyway, he wrote. Now you guys gotta listen to this. He wrote a 400 plus page book while he was between a junior and senior, and while he was getting all these A's. He wrote a 400 plus page action adventure novel called Lethal Creed Genesis. All right, and it's published. I come prepared, brother. I come prepared. Okay, I come prepared. When I said I didn't say he's a writer. I said he's an author. This is one of 3 books. This is a series. He wrote this in his junior and senior year at Cass Technical High School. Can we see it? Lethal Creed. All right. And just so you know, I didn't say this, but you guys, I should have said this. I'm a novice at this. I'm saying this now. Subscribe. I got to put this in, Deon. Subscribe. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, like, please comment. Again, we don't do enough support. And share. It's nice to share. Watch this. I'm going to tally all the comments. I'm going to pull all the comments, and I'm going to do a raffle. I'm sending a signed copy, not just of Lethal Creed. Watch this. And a signed copy of Design Eye. All right? Put my money where my mouth is. So again, he wrote this book, 400, almost 500. Don't be afraid. This is a novel. This is Harry Potter size, Hunger Games size number. And again, you're talking about a valedictorian, salutatorian. Tell us about this book, Deon, Lethal Creed. What was your inspiration? How did you pull that off at Cass Tech?
Yeah, so I always had ideas. I did not intend to be an author, but I was always good at writing. And actually, my cousin, my favorite cousin, he was the one who was writing or had a book idea, and I was sharing him some of my ideas. He was like, "You should write it." I was like, "Nah." And then one day in one of my graphic design class at Cass, I just started writing a prologue, and I pretty much had the story in my head because I daydreamed this for like 3 years prior to. Or just growing up through school, and I already knew like a beginning to end, and I just started taking a stab at it, and then just kind of went from there. It's about a young Christian soldier named Jake Ruley, and he joins the military. That's what he thinks his purpose in life is to be a soldier and fight for his country and his family. But he has this dream of doing something bigger, way more meaningful. And so it just kind of shoots off from there. There's another world war. There's superhumans. There's life on other planets. And he's pretty much just trying to fulfill his purpose of life, trying to do the right thing. having war, real war, but also internal warfare. And it's really about like how dangerous your beliefs are, because he's encountering a lot of different friend and foe who do what they do because of the different beliefs. And so Lethal Creed is about that, warfare we have with ourselves and others based on the different beliefs we have in the world. So it's a really good epic, and it's a lot of action, a lot of fantasy, sci-fi. So just a really good story of fighting a good fight, right?
All right. That's what's up. I had to open this up, Deon. You probably know what I'm about to read in the book. Now, I'm not gonna do an excerpt, but because there's a lot of good stuff in here. But I just remember this, and again, I like to put my money where my mouth is. I'm not going to just interview. I read this book, and I'm just going to read the first sentence and just a little bit of it. He says, to my most suave other mentor, John, that's me, for discovering my gifts and truly desiring to expose them to the world, for seeking a Black kid who actually has meaningful thoughts to share and write in these days, and for motivating me to push on so that I may finally hold these words in my hand.
Yes, sir.
I'm proud to be a part of it, my brother. Outstanding. All right, let's move on. So your hard work paid off. You're the Bill Gates scholar, landed a scholar, Western Michigan University, graphic design, graduated, okay, salutatorian. Now he's magna cum laude. Yeah, yep. Something happened in college, all right, that rocked your world. You lost your general, as you called it. Your mom passed all of a sudden and unexpectedly. How were you able to cope then, and how are you doing now? I mean, it wasn't that long ago. 5 years ago, I said, right? 5 years ago. You're 25. Your mom, she was a young woman. I knew your mother. Tell us how that went, how it's going.
So yeah, I mean, we grew up in a church. My dad, he's a minister, and I mean, both my parents, they were really, once they got saved, they pretty much became a part of my upbringing. And I always just had a strong faith in God. Once I made that decision to accept Him as Christ, and so that's really the credit to how I'm able to still do my thing. And I just leave it off to God. Everything happens for a reason. She was an amazing woman, an amazing person, an amazing mother. And I knew that, because God has blessed us, not just me, but just my family so well, like the grace is ridiculous that I figured it was just part of His plan, and whatever. I don't really need to know what that plan is, but I just know everything is still going to be okay. Everything has been okay. It's been 5 years now, and I'm like, look where I am now. And so pretty much just like having my faith in God. It's almost like that thing where Abraham had to sacrifice his son, and it was just sort of that test. And so I remember praying to God, like, this, whatever this is, I'm not gonna like falter away and like not believe in you anymore or something. So as like she's my general, I'm a soldier, so I'm gonna keep soldiering on. So that's what it is really. And I just do my thing, and He's always there with me. So God is with me.
And it's more than an analogy. It's real.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So after you graduated, you studied abroad. This just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
A memoir is coming here, brother. You studied abroad. I mean, just like me, you're a brother from the D, and now you're in Italy, Switzerland, Germany, the Netherlands. Is there one event in your travels that stands out most?
Ooh, one event.
There's a lot, but you got to, I'm testing. You got to pull one.
Yeah, probably my first time. This is like a really technical thing, but typesetting with a composition stick. So this is back before computers, typewriters, and all that stuff. All the newspapers, they were made with this metal stick. They had a bunch of little metal letters, like a letter A and a D, and they had to manually put the letters on this stick and then wrap it up in a rubber band, then roll ink on it, and then that's the print of your paragraph or whatever. So doing that for the first time, like the OG way of making print work, was definitely a big experience, and that was in Italy. Besides that, Amsterdam, that was my favorite place. I just really love the architecture and the water and that kind of thing. But but really like going back in time as, you know, as a designer, just knowing and appreciating the original way typographers have to do their job, like that really like elevated my appreciation and respect for that time and for that craft. So typeset. Yeah.
That's usually how when you're you know, like the new, you guys are like the new, people, they said that about me, but you kind of go back and you have to go get that first.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and then so that's good. So now you're stateside, you land a job in the Big Apple, and you're living in Brooklyn, working in Manhattan. I mean, what is that like for a 22-year-old brother? Living in Brooklyn and working in Manhattan.
I mean, it was great. I mean, I was on the couch for like 5 months, and fortunately, I had, you know, friends out there who got jobs out there too. But I eventually got my own little room to stay. But it was, I mean, working and being there was amazing. But on the day to day, I wasn't as happy because I was just tired of the concrete. And just like I missed driving, I missed the Meyer and the Kroger, that kind of the Michigan stuff, the Midwest stuff. But just New York is still a great city. It was an amazing work experience that I gained. You know, lots of great food, lots of places to go. But it was dope. Like, I never thought I would be in New York. I did not even intend to go to New York. I just so happened to get that offer. And I knew that I did not want to pass on that opportunity. So that's why I went out there. And then God, you know, took care of me, and I figured it out and was doing the thing. And but yeah, it was great. So I encourage anyone who gets an opportunity like that, take it for sure.
All right. So for all intents and purposes, we're back in the D. You got a job. Now you're downtown in the D, got your job as a graphic designer. You've come full circle. Although there's much more ahead of you, there's no circle with you. You're still on that. We don't know where that circle is, right? What's this? Now I see it in back of you. What's this flag? That's what I said. I mean, Kat, you're doing everything. What is this thing in back of you? Everybody get a look at this, because we starting a movement. What is this flag business? Tell us what it's all about.
So, a lot of Detroiters don't know that Detroit has a flag. And one day in like 2015, there was a TED Talk about bad U.S. city flags. And the podcaster, his name is Roman Mars, he talked about these bad U.S. city flags, and he dared people to go out and change their flag if they had one. So me being a Detroiter, me being a designer, and me looking at the Detroit flag, I'm like, nah, this gotta go. This is trash. Doesn't represent us conceptually, blah, blah, blah. So I designed a new flag for Detroit called the Detroit Rise. Represents resilience, rising from the struggles, and a path toward the better things. So I've been pushing this mission for 3 years now for the city council to change it. And it's a really slow process because they don't even know a process, but you know, I'm just being patient and but also being not vigilant, but persistent in getting it at the front of their mind. So yeah, this is I got people in Germany with the flag now, across the country, state of Washington. People love the flag. They love what I'm trying to do for the city, because it's not just a flag, it also will elevate the Detroit branding as well. So in keeping citizens in Detroit and that kind of thing. So it's a bigger impact at play than just the flag itself.
Say those words. You said resilient. You said it. You said three things. I don't know.
Resilience. The Detroit city motto is "We hope for better things that will rise from the ashes." So the Detroit Rise represents our resilience, our greatest quality, rising from the struggles we endure, and a path toward the better things we will attain. So tying all those concepts together, I believe represents Detroit, or really symbolizes what Detroit and what Detroiters are all about.
Is there something you would like viewers? I have a lot of friends, you have friends, and this will be everywhere, that you would want, because when you're dealing with state government, city government, need I say anything? It takes a while. Is there something that we can do, I can do, viewers can do to help push these initiatives forward?
So yeah, honestly, getting a flag, that's the most effective means, because yeah, there's a survey, yeah, there's a change.org petition, but when people actually see the flag, that's where all the traction comes. So actually getting a flag, it doesn't have to be this big 5-foot flag, it can be the smaller 12-inch flag or whatnot. But yeah, ideally getting a flag, putting it on your house, or getting a flag shirt. There's that too. There, I have a flag mask. I don't know if I have it on me right
So
now.
I can get a flag shirt too to go with my Design Eye shirt.
Yep, and here's the mask.
Oh, look at this, folks.
Yeah. So
Merch. We got to. Okay, I'm gonna put merch links underneath the post, Deon, so that people can get in touch with you. They can get the website if they want a flag, if they want the game, if they want the book, because he has a lot going on. Okay, all right. Finally, back to your baby right now. This guy, Design Eye. The what I'm gonna be giving away. You're gonna sign this, right?
Oh,
I heard somebody mention Apple in this.
Yeah, I had one. I think he was a manufacturer, someone who worked at a manufacturing company. He described it as, man, it looks like the Apple of board games or something. I'm like, yeah,
Apple of board games, and we're in a pandemic now. So, folks, a lot of families at home. I grew up with Monopoly and a few other games. And we played this, me, my wife, and my daughter played this earlier today, and take a look.
Okay.
6.
7.
That's right, dog.
I had 7 last time. 6. Okay.
6, y'all. Boom. I'm already, it's already getting me.
To the right. Yeah.
Should I put everybody's name down?
Nope.
Down.
Nope.
And score? Wait till somebody score. All right, ready?
Yeah.
I roll, right? 7. Dang, what a lucky number.
To the right.
We're not supposed to start at the starting point?
Nope.
You start here.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay, ready? To the right?
Mm-hmm.
7, right?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I draw.
Mm-hmm. So that's a green.
Mm-hmm.
7. Let's see. So, sketch a design for wayfinding symbols for a place of your choice.
Wayfinding?
Yeah, so like.
Okay, got you.
Mm-hmm. Ready?
Mm-hmm. All right, that's my symbol.
All right, so let's see it.
Okay, where's the place?
I'm supposed to sketch the face. No.
Well, we're supposed to know
Where
you're
telling us
the
to
arrow
go.
is going to.
So I disapprove?
Yeah.
Disapprove. All right. All right, so I get 20 points though, right?
25.
So now I put my names down, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Dom, John, and Mark. You up, Mark? John, Dom.
Me?
Yeah, go that way, right?
Go to the right,
Right.
Oh, go.
which
Yeah.
is interesting.
You up? So I got 25 points. So we're back, and what I've learned from playing that game is that we didn't talk about you as an educator, right? And the game actually says the graphic design education game. Now, before I go into that, and I kind of sprung this on you because I like surprises. Actually, I don't like surprises. I just like giving surprises. But when I said initially that there was that I had somebody test run I brought some, when you were designing my ads, brought some 7th and 8th graders to test to test Design Eye. Well, I have somebody who's going to sign in right now, a kid. Now he's not a kid anymore. He's in his first year at Albion, and here he comes now. He's in his first year, and I haven't seen Brandon since he left I'm a teacher at Gompers. Let's see if he signs on here. That's my guy.
What's up, Mr. Winston?
What's man? Y'all make me sound old, man. You graduate from high school. You can call me by your. I mean, college. You can call me like Deon. He calls me John now. I'm all right. How you doing, Brandon?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Now you haven't seen you cats haven't seen each other since that day. It was at least five. It's about 5 years ago. At least 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I brought Brandon over to Deon's house, and this game, you know, it was basically sheets of paper, man. I mean, it wasn't sheets of paper, but it's coming. Look at this, Brandon. Look at this, man. This is the game you play. That's right. That's right. Look at
that. It was like a different name and everything too. I changed a lot. I changed like everything.
And I was telling, and I'm saying this to the viewers. Here's two brothers from the D who I like to say has broken the culture. They've challenged the culture. They've went further. Both of them full ride scholarships to universities. Both of them. Deon is now a designer with a major company in downtown Detroit, and Brandon is at Albion State. Coming from Brightmoor Park, Gompers, you know, whatever. One of my guys, he was always in trouble with me. No, he wasn't. He was a great guy. But yeah, you guys, you know, I just, you know, have some words, ask some questions. What's going on? I just wanted to throw y'all at each other. And then I go back with Deon. It's just good to see successful young brothers doing it.
Yeah, no problem. So what you been up to, man?
Good. Just I got that game. And you know, trying to push this Detroit flag. I don't know if you heard about that. And then I'm finishing up my book series. So yeah, that's what I got going on. And I do branding. I specialize in brand identity. So I do branding for multi-million-dollar companies every day. So.
Oh, cool. That's what's up.
What about you? So what you studying at Albion?
I'm going into forensics.
Forensics is nice.
Yeah.
My cousin, I think she was in criminal justice or something, and she may have like done some forensic stuff too.
Yeah.
So what, that would be into like being a detective, or is that like the?
Well, I kind of want to go into both. So like, I want to be in like the science part of it, and I want to go into crime scene investigation. So I want to be the one to like collect DNA and all that stuff, and be the one to take it to the lab and like, you know, match DNA like that.
Got you. I was just watching The Wire because I had never seen it. Forgive me. And but yeah, there's a lot of that kind of stuff in there. So nice. How many years you got?
Well, I have to go to graduate school for 4 years, so yeah.
Altogether 8.
Yeah, altogether 8.
Wow. Look, brothers, I'm just excited. I'm waiting on Marquette to sign back. And you remember Marquette, Brandon? You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, she was doing the music. I don't know. This is, you know, it's really important. You guys, I know Deon, I'm gonna ask Deon first, then I want you to comment too, Brandon. You have any advice? Because that, you know, I'm reconnecting with you, Brandon. I haven't talked to Brandon in about 4 or 5 years. Really glad to see him. I haven't talked to him since he's left Gompers. But Deon, do you have any advice for brothers out there that's going to schools in Detroit and Chicago, young brothers like yourself? You know, we don't all come from families with millions and even hundreds of thousands of dollars. We struggle. Now, I'm just like you guys. So any advice, Deon?
Yeah, so if they choose to go to college, I mean, I am a strong supporter of college. But yeah, if they choose, be sure to sit down with your counselor and figure out what scholarships or grants are available so that you won't have to pay for school. That was what was really preached to me. Like my counselors, they got in front of my mom and me and talked about, hey, here are these scholarships that can help just cover your, tuition and room and board. So the money, that's like a big thing. Like be on it. Like you gotta sacrifice the Call of Duty time, the PlayStation, Xbox time. You gotta like get down, write the essays. But it's for your own future, right? It's for your career success. Especially, and then know what you want to do. Don't just go to college and just be undecided. Like pay attention to your own skills and passions. Because why would you get into a career you're not really that happy about? So yeah, I believe in following your passion based on like the skills and the likes that you have. that you love to do, and making a career out of that. And among other things, you don't have to just set in one, bucket. And I mean, put the work in. You got to put the work in. Like, don't fool around. It's like your future is your success. I always think about that commercial, the Everest commercial, where he's like, you're sitting at the couch, watching TV. Your life is passing you by. Get up and go. So I kind of have that in the back of my head, like that attitude, like, hey, get up and go do something. It's for yourself. Like, it's for your prosperity, your future. So yeah, that's what I would say. I can say a lot, but yeah, that's my main thing.
What about you, Brandon? Any advice for someone that just came out of Detroit Public Schools? Any advice? And it wasn't Cash Tech, but you're doing great. You were valedictorian at Cornerstone.
Yep.
Any advice for the people who come especially the brothers?
Well, I definitely agree with Deon. Definitely put the work in, because it's always, on you. You got to be the one to put the work in. Like, it's going to be people there to push you to do it, but sometimes, and really all the time, you should be the one to push yourself to do it. Because if that person don't push you anymore, you need to be able to, get yourself there. Definitely talk to your counselors, looking at scholarships, all that good stuff, And then also, keep your eye on the prize, really. Keep pushing, keep going forward. Definitely stay focused, It's a lot going on. It's always, friends and stuff. You can hang out with friends later, like he said, get on the game later, But just definitely put the work in, because it'll pay out in the end.
Okay. All right. So I got to have you back, Brandon, just by yourself. And Deon, once I want to have you back and keep track and figure out, what we're going to do about this flag and the book. I'm going to be giving away, again, remember to subscribe if you're on YouTube, like, comment, and of course, share. And all Deon's information is going to be below the post. Information to get the book, information about the flag, his website, and of course, the Design Eye game. And with that, Marquette is going to take us away.
2, 3, I feel like I'm the greatest ever, made it better than the rest of them. Was taught to never bow down to the lesson then. The game is soft, cause it got a lot of estrogen. But stuff got thick, them others got extra thin. Yeah, I guess I gotta be the one to say that everybody wrong. And it's me, time to take it. Who will I say if they ain't got the heart to make it? I love good, but I done seen too many places. Come along, this is more than just a song. All about the creed, but it's more than just a long. Cut it, they've been waiting for the day that I wouldn't love it. Guess you can make everything you wanna make of it. Where you live in the place all day, dangerous close. Someone gotta say, got it. Coming from Latin, you wanna be greatest artist. My brother's mission is grab the easiest and go the hardest. Gonna walk in the sun again. I wanna see your rebel fade away. Those days. Wish we never let you down. We made it to the top. Then I wanna feel this way. Those days. Those days. Those days are gone.